Looking out at the open skyline, reaching out, I can almost touch the place where the lost ones find their freedom in the dark, but I am not afraid. No, I am not afraid. We'll be free, but I don't know where we're going. You and me, this is our life and we own it. Like lions in the wild. 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 Holding on with the heart that's frozen in the dark, but I am not afraid. No, I am not afraid. We'll be free, but I don't know where we're going. You and me, this is our life and we own it. Like lions in the wild. Like lions in the wild. Like lions in the wild. Looking out at the open skyline, reaching out, I can almost touch the place where the lost ones find their freedom in the dark, but I am not afraid. No, I am not afraid. We'll be free, but I don't know where we're going. You and me, this is our life and we own it. Like lions in the wild. In the wild. Like lions in the wild. Like lions in the wild. Looking out at the open skyline, reaching out, I can almost touch the place where the lost ones find their freedom in the dark. like lions in the wild, like lions in the wild, like lions in the wild.
All right, all right. Good evening, everybody. Abdullah Sandhu here. Super, super excited to be on this call today. We have a lot of participants on this call today, as well as we are doing the live uh, broadcast on the YouTube at the moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the call, all the leaders, especially, please send the messages to your groups that everybody need to be on this call today, because today this call is a very, very special call. And why it is special, I'm going to go through in a minute. How this call help these people, amazing people who are going to come on this call now, how they help me, and how they are actually helping all of us to take our business to the next level, to take our learnings to the next level. So let's ensure that no one is going to miss this important information which we are going to hear today. So please put the messages in your groups now as soon as possible. Let's bring everybody on this call. Okay, let's do it quickly. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to everybody on this our amazing call about Web Analyzer ECC 11, and we are going to go through a couple of more services. Uh, Somebody said there is no sound. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, can you please put in the chat box one? I can see your messages. Yes, you can hear me. Thank you. Thank you. So, yes, welcome everybody. Let's start this call. Super, super excited to be on this call today. My name is Abdullah Sandhu. Those of you who don't know me, and I am part of I Am Mastery Academy. It's been 3 years, and we had phenomenal success so far through in this platform. And exactly, everything started with a desire, with a dream. And prior to this company, I Am Mastery Academy, I had no experience in forex. Whatever I learned so far, everything from this platform. Now, we have a lot of phenomenal leaders on this call. All your chairmen are on this call. We have Vinay, Rupa, we have Takir, we have Qaida, Sharmake, Mohammed Jama, we have Vincent, we have Moranda. We have a lot of chairmen on this call at the moment. And so far in this journey, we had literally broken some records of success. Ladies and gentlemen, I really want all of you to pay some attention today, because I remember very well when I started, I had no experience in Forex. So with this networking business, I had no clue how can we actually retain our customers. This was a kind of a challenge at that time. Let me make somebody analyst. So there was a little bit kind of a challenge that how we are going to actually retain our customers, how we are going to reach out to people, how we can really make sure that our customers can learn properly. And for my network business, how can we have the customers can stay in the business every month? So we had a roller coaster journey with a lot of learnings, but we learned a lot through this years. And I remember very well when I was not paying myself attention to the services, I was losing customer, and I was losing myself as well. In a way, I was panic many time. Okay, why I'm not earning something in forex? Why I'm not having a good grip on over the forex? So it was a roller coaster journey for me. But then everything, the breakthrough moment came when I really commit myself that I need to connect with the services of this platform which they are offering. We are so blessed that we have the amazing leadership of Christopher Terry and Isis De La Torre. Mr. Christopher Terry has a massive experience in trading as well, and he has actually all the educators there for us. We have 100 plus educators right now, and we have so many strategies over there. If we really utilize those services, those strategies, we can definitely learn and we can take our business to the next level. So I would like to share a little bit about myself, what I was doing in Forex. Yes, in the beginning days, I used to depend more on the trade ideas. And the first service I started to learn was harmonic scanner. It was great. It is still great. It is doing amazing. But recently, not long ago, of course, my team members were doing, and they used to talk all the time. We have cash that many pips. We are scalping. And I was not really that familiar. I was not paying attention, frankly speaking. But recently, few months back, I look into this product called Web Analyzer. And literally I became the one of the biggest fan of this service now, because I can see 24-hour alerts are coming. I'm applying those simple confirmations, and I am getting the results what I want really. And it's very flexible. I don't need to really wait for hours and hours. I can get the results what I want. And I am really the amazing thing is it's open 24-hour. Trade alerts are coming all the time. So really, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to become successful, really pay attention to the information which you are going to get, because we have very, very special speakers on this call today. So the number one gentleman I would like to introduce with you, he has a massive experience in this industry. I remember I met him in person in Dallas, I believe. Yes, I had a picture with him. I ran to him because I heard a lot of a great thing about his success, his past experience, the way he started this journey, and where he is now. And probably you will be amazed, or it will be a very new information for many of you. It's not really he is one of the inventor and creator of the web analyzer, but he has created a lot of stuff in this platform. Very credible person who is working very closely with our company, with the CEO of our company. And actually he has a huge introduction literally, because he has a huge success record, what he has done in the past. From the background where he was like literally he had no clue what's going to happen in his life, but now where he is today and the way he is helping. So I would say, when I was using the word retention in the beginning of this call, literally now I can see clearly with the services, and especially with this web analyzer, I have a huge peace of mind. I can see a lot of chairmans, like I can see we have Rupa, phenomenal chairman. I can see we have a Dependra, Mandy. I mean, there are so many countless names right now. If I start to mention all the names, literally, it's a countless list now. And I'm so happy for everybody that people are actually learning this particular strategy, ECC 11, Web Analyzer, and all other services. So we are really actually doing the things which we are supposed to do, because our platform is educational platform. So now we are really utilizing those services, and I can see clearly average person is learning and developing the skill through these services. So ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to say about Mr. Stephen Hooli. It's such a great honor for us that he is between us today on this Zoom call. He's going to share all his story, his background. Listen carefully what he has done and what his plans are towards future for us. So listen to him very carefully. And this person is a man of success. I always say, if you want to become successful in your life, listen to the people who have done it already. So take advantage of the information which he is going to share with you today. Utilize it properly. Let me open the chat box as well, actually, quickly. Okay, before I bring him on the call, I would like to give him the opportunity to introduce more about himself, because literally it's a huge list in front of me about his introduction. I can tell you he's the man of success. He is the one who is working close to Christopher Terry. Before he comes on this call, please make sure put 777 in the chat to welcome our phenomenal creator of Web Analyzer and many other services, because many of you probably heard already he's the creator of Web Analyzer, but you will see the shocking figures, the percentage of the services he's providing to our platform. So I need more 777, to be honest, in the chat box, because many of you are probably not familiar. We only know that if you just open simply Web Analyzer and we are just sitting and we are using the service, but you don't know behind the scenes what kind of effort, work ethic, and the hard work these gentlemen are putting in the business. So literally a big thank you to them to invent this strategy for us, which is helping us, definitely helping us to develop our business, to learn this skill, and to enhance our business, to take our business to the next level. A massive thank you to him today to take some time out and to come on this call. So ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention. Okay, so without further ado, I would like to introduce you the creator of the Web Analyzer, a man of success, Mr. Stephen Hooli. Sir, can you hear me?
I sure can. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. So
Okay.
literally, I could not introduce you enough, because I know you have a lot of success stories, a huge background, career background. So if you can please mention all these things which you have done in your past, and the way we are doing now, and the way what your plans are towards our success, that will be really great, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. More than happy to. So,
You guys, my name is Stephen Hooli. My journey, I guess, in the Forex realm kind of began in 2016. I entered the industry. If you want me to share my face, I'll just need you to turn on the ability to do that. But if not, no big deal. But you guys, my journey began in 2016, and I entered the industry. What was that?
You can do that. You can put your video on if it's possible.
Oh, it says you can't start the video because your host has stopped it.
Oh, okay. Let me have a look. How can I fix it? Wow.
Sure, no problem.
Okay, I'm going to make the host. Okay, so please, when you will finish it, do not leave the call because you will be the host. And yeah, I just make you the host now. And once you will be done, if you can make me the host back, please. Thank you.
Of course. All right, guys. There we go. Now you can see my face down here in my basement office. Got a nice little house here in Utah. Few stories. Really cool place. If you've never been to Utah, you guys should try it out. I came here after moving back from Beverly Hills in 2018, and I grew up here, so I absolutely love it. But you guys, like I said, my name is Stephen Hooli. My journey began in 2016. I entered the industry in one of the worst years of my life, all sorts of personal life issues, financial issues. I mean, you name it, there was too much going on. And I found Forex because I looked up, I was looking up stock trading actually. And I was dabbling in stock trading. And then I happened, when I was searching for stock trading groups, I happened to find Forex. I think I found iMarkets Live and Wealth Generators and some other companies out there. And so I kind of looked into it, but I just didn't decide that was for me. I networked with some other groups, and it was pretty cool. Eventually, after building up a few of these groups, helping them with their technical infrastructure, helping them market and gain more users, helping them provide better services to their people, I eventually started my own trading company. And that was a wild journey because, to be quite honest, it went really big, really fast, and then it kind of crashed. And so I'm going to walk you through a few key points and a few key things that I learned along the way, because even though I entered in 2016, there's a little bit of back story, and there's a little bit of things that tie in to this whole year that really made it a pinnacle point for me in my life. So to kind of take it back a little bit, before I started that trading company and before it crashed, I started programming when I was 9 years old, and that's really going to be important for you guys to know later on in the story. So when I was 9, I had a crush on a girl, so I decided to make her a birthday cake website and taught myself how to program so that I could do that. And I haven't talked to the girl since, but I kept programming. And it's been a really cool journey. By the time I was 16, I was able to learn enough about technology that I was able to start my own business making websites for college students. And so I became an entrepreneur very early on. And then when I graduated high school, I quickly realized that my business was going to need more time to grow. And what I was good at was tech. So I went ahead and got a technical career. I was able to work for some of the world's biggest technical giants. I've worked for those companies consulting for Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies, banks, telecoms, all sorts of companies. And I had to understand their technical infrastructure. So I really grew a really good understanding of the way the world works on a technical level through so many different companies, and sitting on conference calls with their executives, solving these big problems. And it became a really cool thing that I did. And I kept doing my business along the whole way. And then, in 2016, kind of going back forward again, in 2016, what happened was basically my personal life fell apart. Like I said, I watched you guys through the story. I got to that point where I was starting that trading company. It went really big and it crashed. And I had a few different lessons I had to face. I had to face the lesson of, okay, everything I just built just crashed. This has been a horrible year. And I just had multiple traders that I hired to call trade ideas quit. So what am I going to do about it? Do I want to continue this business? Do I want to be done? Do I want to give up? What do I want to do? Right. And I decided that I was going to not give up and figure out a way to make this work. And so one night, I was thinking pretty hard about life. And I'm sure all of you on this call have had nights where you think pretty hard about life and the way it's going. And I realized that I've been programming most of my life. So what if I just programmed an algorithm to do what those human traders were doing? And so I did. I worked on that and was able to develop something and built, I guess, the first version of the web analyzer, right? I was able to build a software and I put that together, and it had some great success at the end of 2016, which was amazing. But then I was faced with a couple other decisions. Now I had to decide, okay, I managed to not give up. I managed to do something great. What do I want to do with this? Do I want to hire a sales team? Do I want to hire a legal team? Do I want to, get heavy into marketing? Do I want to deal with building out this infrastructure? Where do I want to go with this? And I don't know how many of you on here are business owners, but if you are, all of you have probably shared this moment where you have to decide as the captain of the ship where you're going to steer that ship. You have to decide and make the critical decisions of what you're going to be doing for your future, for the people who are relying on you and your business. And this was one of those moments for me. And so I knew I had something that worked, and I decided to kind of take a little celebration in Las Vegas. So New Year's of 2016 to 2017, I got a call from one of my friends in the industry, and he said, "Hey, there's this MLM that needs an educational course written. They need a live trader and a head educator." And so I was like, "Okay, well, we can do that." And so we got on the phone with them, we signed a deal, and we did their educational course. I wrote it myself. I put everything together. I went ahead and did 2 of their live trading sessions along with my team, and we did their education session as well. Really cool. In 2017, until that company actually got sued by the federal government and they went down. And in that time period, while they were getting sued, many of you guys know, who Austin Godsey is. Austin managed to come to Utah, where I was at the time, and he had a meeting with me. And we were meeting about something completely different, an Instagram platform. But of course, Austin, being the great salesman that he is, he tried to convince me to get on the phone with Christopher Terry. And eventually, let's just call it like it is. Eventually, I ended up on the phone with Mr. Christopher Terry. And he made me an offer I could not refuse. And, 2017 is when I came to I Am Mastery Academy. And what I can tell you was up until that point, I had made a lot of sacrifices. I had learned a lot of lessons. I had to push myself to never give up. And it was a very, very hard couple of years that I had to go through. But I can tell you, coming into this company, that was one of the best decisions I ever made. It was to partner up with Christopher Terry and I Am Mastery Academy. And so, within 90 days, we were able to launch the web analyzer. We were able to take the company from 20,000 people to 40 to 50,000 people, not just with the web analyzer, but with the momentum of everything, the web analyzer, everything the company was doing, everything involved. And it was phenomenal. Guys, it was really phenomenal. And I think, some of the reasons that it's been so phenomenal is I got to see a firsthand of the impact the software made. I got to see firsthand how people's lives changed. And it was the coolest thing to go from struggling, from having such a hard time, to literally watching all of those things just kind of align and watch people start winning. And my personal belief is that the reason people win with the software is because of why it was built and everything that went into it. When I ran that trading company, when I helped those other trading groups, I remember watching thousands of people struggle with learning how to trade. And I remember what they were struggling with. And so when this software was created, I paid attention to what those people were struggling with and incorporated it in the software. The main thing being, where do I enter? And not only that, even if I know where to enter, how do I know this is a good entry point? And then from there, there's things like psychology that come into play that the web analyzer solves as well. And by the way, if you ever hear the term web analyzer and vibrata, they're the same thing. So just keep that in mind. So we solved a lot of problems, and the Web Analyzer was made to be an all-in-one solution for you guys. It was made to have everything you need to be a successful trader in the company and on your own. It's one of the only products that has 2 and free. I think it might be the only product. It's an OG product. So before there was crypto, before there was indices, before there was any other products doing those things, Web Analyzer did it. So Web Analyzer was doing crypto, indices, metals, etc., way back 3 years ago. So it's an OG product that has a ton built into it. But today, I really want to talk to you guys about a 2-step system that has changed Abdullah's life and his business, that has changed Randy and Wanda Webb, Michael Angel Martin, and a whole bunch of other groups around the world. I mean, my Rhonda was able to share with us a few days ago how much it's helped her. There are so many chairmen that we have helped with this 2-step system that reach chairman 25, so many teams that grow. And so I want you guys to understand the power that this system isn't just going to work for Abdullah. He's an amazing leader, and he put in the work, and he did everything the right way to get to his rank, right? But at the end of the day, I want you to understand this system can work for you. It can make you, it has the potential to make you a better trader. It has the potential to make you a better business builder. Even if you never thought you could build the business, even if you hate sales, this system can help you build the business anyway with no sales. It can make you a better trader, even if you are a terrible trader, even if you're brand new. This system, this product is for everybody. So I want you guys to really understand that. And with that being said, the first portion of the system is something that, I'll call up somebody later to talk about. It's trade ideas. So we have 2 facets of the Web Analyzer that you're really going to be able to focus on. One of them is trade ideas, and the other one is the algorithmic portion, which we'll talk about ECC11, the strategy, and using the algorithm to do some live trading. So those are the 2 things. Now I want you to understand that with trade ideas alone, you're not going to successfully build your business. And I'll explain a few key points why, but just understand trade ideas alone will not build the business. Now, every business that you're going to build, every time you have a team, no matter how small it is, you need a system, you need a foundation, you need something that puts the team together and keeps it together. So this 2-step system is designed to do that. Trade ideas being the first one, and the second one being the live trading. Now, the trade ideas are great because for the new person, you just come in, you download the everything necessary, you get your access to MetaTrader 4, you purchase access to the software, which can be done in your back office. It's pretty easy. And you open it up and you just copy and paste. That's it. You just copy and paste. So great for new people, a great introductory. And London Payout, the system that I want to mention, has something like a 93% track record, which from my understanding, unless I need to be corrected, it's the best track record in the entire company for copy paste systems for trade ideas. So just keep that in mind, that you have a product that has a really, really good accuracy rating. And that's really great because new people come in and they get results. But it's not enough to keep them plugged into the platform. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not enough to keep them plugged into the platform. And, I also want to mention to you guys, at no point are we going to make income claims. Past profits do not guarantee any future results. Your results may vary. So while I talk about all these, I'm going to try to keep it very factual to people's results, what we were able to do with different people and how we were able to help them. Okay. So with that being said, you guys, those trade ideas, they're not going to be everything. They're not going to keep people glued to the platform, believe it or not. You would think so, right? If somebody wins with trade ideas, you would think they would stay forever, but they don't. And here's why. And I really want you guys to be taking notes right now, because this is where the real value is going to come from. And I've watched all around the world as some of the biggest people in this company have built their businesses. I'm talking Chairman 500s, Chairman 750, Chairman 100s, Chairman 50s. And one thing that I see commonly is teams that do really well have a system. Number one, they have a system. Number two, they have some kind of culture to their team. They have some kind of culture, and that's really important. And those things provide what I like to call a foundation a foundation to their team. So every member that comes in, they're not just wondering, what do I do? Or they're not just being told, oh, well, hop on this and watch a few videos and work it out. There's a system. There's something in place that keeps that person involved with your team, with the company, with the products, etc., with you even. So that being said, what we were able to do, Dr. Kathy Kirkland and I, who's the #1 educator of all time in IM Mastery Academy, what we were able to do is in 2018, we got together, we formed ECC 11, and we actually started the whole live trading revolution in IM Mastery Academy. Before, phenomenal products like HFX were there, before any of the other groups were live trading, any of the other products were live trading, Dr. Kathy Kirkland and I started the Web Analyzer, and we started live trading. And through the two-step system, we were able to go take this and help other businesses form that foundation, form that culture, form that system that they need in order to catalyze their business. And like I said earlier, a few of them were able to reach Chairman 25 and above. This system, this product has helped Abdullah reach Chairman 50. That's absolutely phenomenal. So it shows you the power of what is there, of what you could be doing. There's no guarantees. Abdullah's not going to make you any guarantees. Christopher Terry's not going to make you any guarantees. I'm not going to make you any guarantees. But Abdullah and other chairmans are proof that if you follow all this, it can work. So why is step 2 so important, right? Because, and I'm going to give you a story, kind of an analogy, and I want you guys to follow along and just kind of pay attention to this. Imagine I'm a customer in IM Mastery Academy, and I've been thinking about building the business, but I don't know how to do sales, and I'm not really sure, and I maybe have a little bit of a hard time talking to people, or maybe I'm good with people, I don't know how to get them to freaking sign up, right? So I go to a coffee shop and I strike out, right? But then my team starts using this product called Web Analyzer or Vibrata, and my team starts doing this live trading thing with ECC 11 or some other strategy, and we start getting on as a team. Somebody in the team learns the strategy, right? And we start getting on and we start doing live trading together. And imagine this with me. Just kind of picture this in your mind with me. We start playing some music, we have some drinks, maybe we eat a little food, we win together, we lose together, we laugh together, and it's fun. And I start looking forward to this every single day. I start wanting to get on with my team every day, and I'm just having so much fun, and I'm getting results. And if you really think about this, what's happening is my team is forming a culture. My team is forming a foundation. We're starting to get on every day as a team, and we're starting to trade together. We're becoming a product of the products, right? What Web Analyzer is the only product that you can manufacture your own trade ideas and come up with your own, basically, off the product instead of just taking someone else's trade idea and copying and pasting it. So just keep that in mind. And that's what enables you to do the live trading portion, is you're able to take the algorithm, take the strategy, right? Go through your checklist and form your own trade idea. You can become the Kathy Kirkland. You can become the Lucas Longmire. You can become the Justin Saini. You can become the John Dollery. You can become whatever, the Abdullah, the whatever educator that you want to be. You can become them with the product, right? So imagine, right? Let's go back to that analogy. Imagine that you're on with that team and you're having so much fun. And then you go back to that coffee shop. You go back to that coffee shop and you're just making, some nice conversation with somebody at the coffee shop, and they ask you, everybody asks this all across the world, what do you do? What do you do for a living? Right? Super, super common question, happens all the time. And you tell them, well, actually, I work from home. I just kind of trade and I work from home. What do you think they're going to ask? They're going to ask, well, what do you mean? What do you trade? Like, what is that? Tell me more, right? It's always how it goes. And now you have the ability to be like, well, actually, rather than talk to you about it, can I just show you? How about you hop on one of these calls with me and my team? We play music, we have fun, we do this thing together. And I'd really love for you to see what it's like and see if you like it. Why don't you come over to my house, or why don't you come over to the coffee shop at this time when we do this call, and we'll participate in the call together, right? You didn't sell them. You didn't try to do anything other than an invite, right? Now, all of a sudden, you're able to take total strangers who you're just making conversation with because they bumped into you at the coffee shop, and you're inviting them to the call. And I'm telling you right now, there's not very many people, okay, who will say no when they get on that call and they hear that music and they see the smiling faces and they feel the energy. It's kind of the same idea like events, right? You go to an event and the energy is phenomenal. The energy is crazy and you love it, right? It's the same thing. You're inviting them to a little mini event with your team. They're going to feel that energy and they're going to want to be a part of it. They're going to be like, how can I do this? What do I have to do to get plugged into this? Even if they're skeptical, all you got to do is pull out your phone and just show them the results, you guys. Just show them the results privately. There's almost nobody on this planet who doesn't need money. Even the rich people. One thing I learned in my journey is even the rich people need more money. The poor people need money and the wealthy. Everybody needs more money. So the moment you show them something fun, something with great energy, and show them that it has the potential to make money, they're sold and you didn't do any selling. It's the most genius kind of sales. You don't have to be a salesman to do it. You could literally be the most average person on the planet with absolutely barely any people skills whatsoever. Just be able to say, hi, how are you? Ask them what they do and get them to ask you what you do. And you're good to go, right? So from there, you've now got people from your team. Let's say there's 10 people on your team that hop on those calls. You get those people inviting people to the call, and all of a sudden you've got 20. Now you've got 20 people on the call. Your team's grown. Phenomenal, right? And the best part is they've grown with the products. So in the past, we've had issues with people figuring out strategies and trading and hyping them up and sharing them with everybody. And then when they don't get what they want or they get mad, they leave. And then some of the customers try to follow, some of your teammates try to follow. We don't want any of that, but we do want people to win. So if you do it this way, people are winning with the strategies, with the product and services, right? With the applications, with the web analyzer, which means everything you do is centered around the company. You let us take on the liability and the burden of making everything work for you. And you guys just have fun trading, right? Knowing that your income, your residuals are protected, knowing that your customers are getting great results, knowing that everything is how it should be, right? And you have fun with that. And when you bring more people to it, eventually, follow with me now, right? Eventually, somebody is going to want to be like, you know what? I want to do my own call. I want to branch off from this now 50-person team that had to do almost no sales. I want to branch off from that. And I kind of want to do my own team. I want to start building my own brand, have my own Zoom calls. I know this ECC 11 thing already. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to start my own sessions and I'm going to do my own team. And they're going to duplicate that whole process, right? And the beautiful thing is that you can branch off as many times as you want. Each one of you can do this on your own, right? So it's very duplicatable. That spurs giant momentum. And where number one ties into number two, right? Because there's 2 steps. Remember, I said 2 steps. Is listen, you may only do a trading session with your team 1 hour a day, every day, or maybe every 2 days. You may do it 2 hours a day, right? It's going to vary. But at the end of the day, what happens when your customer decides, okay, there's no more trading session, now what do I do, right? They're going to get some of them will get a little bored. Some of them will get a little bit antsy. Some of them will start looking online for different things. Some of them will do different things, right? We don't want them going anywhere. So how do we keep them hooked into our system that we just spent time building? We give them the trade ideas. The trade ideas happen all day, every day, periodically throughout the day. So when they're not live trading, they take a trade idea from, say, Kevin Serrano, who I'll bring up soon. I'll tell you guys how amazing this man is soon. They take a trade idea in the nighttime from Kevin Serrano. They maybe take a trade idea from a few other people, in the evening time and in the afternoon time. They're getting fed the whole time. They don't need to look elsewhere. They're happy with your team. They're happy with where they are. They're winning. They're getting results. But more than that, and this is where psychology comes into play, more than that, by the time they get back right on the sessions, you've now formed that foundation. You've now formed that culture, right? You've now formed the glue for your team. You've now given yourself retention. That's a magic word right there. When you're building, in a multi-level marketing business, when you're building in a business like this, retention is a magic word. You now have better retention. And Abdullah said how much better his retention has been since using a system like this. Not only that, guys, here's some key psychological points to remember, and so that you know why this system works, okay? Listen, everybody on the planet wants to belong to something. Nobody on the planet wants to trade alone or wants to be alone. I shouldn't say nobody, but very few people really want to be alone and trade alone and do everything alone. Most people on the planet want to belong to something. They want to feel the energy of other people. Humans are social creatures. So when you take people from just using the software on their own, or just taking a trade idea on their own, and you do it together on your Zoom calls, when you do it together as a team, not only do you give yourself an extra superpower when you're talking to people like, yeah, my team has private calls that only our team can attend, right? Some very exclusive calls where we all win together. Not only do you give yourself that superpower, not only do you give yourself the retention factor, the momentum factor, you know, all the factors, but you guys also are able to do something together. And psychologically, humans crave that. So now you didn't just glue people into your new system by the results, you glued them in psychologically because they want to be a part of what you have going on. They want to be a part of your team. People that win together, lose together, laugh together, that's almost, dare I say, like family. You almost create your own family for trading. And at the end of the day, not a lot of people want to leave a family that they love, they win, they lose, and they have fun with, right? So you guys, I want you to understand those points because it's what makes the system so powerful. It's what makes it so incredibly amazing. And Web Analyzer is the software that has the trade ideas, that has the live trading aspect where you can create your own trade ideas with Forex. And by the way, like I said, it's done crypto before any other products. It's done indices for any other product. So it's a 24/7 system. I want you guys to understand the power of this as well. 24/7 means your customers can do this all day and all night, 365 days a year. It never has to stop. This system can always be pumping. And I'll tell you, after working for those giant companies, those big tech companies, and consulting for companies like JP Morgan Chase, Verizon, Deutsche Telekom, Bank of Japan, Bank of this country, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, blah, 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 right? All these big giant companies, they focus on automation. They focus on systems. That's why I'm teaching you about systems, okay? Those big companies made money, made their wealth by building systems, perfecting systems, tuning their systems. You need your own system. If the big companies, the big banks, the big guys are doing it, you need to be doing it. You need your own system, right? And you're essentially forming something that works without you. There will come a point when your team will get on without you. They will host the trading without you. They will take the trade ideas without you. And like I said, they will branch off and they will duplicate and it will grow without you, because I'll also tell you what I've learned in my journey is you only have 24 hours in a day. And even if you pull 18-hour days, you only have 18 freaking hours to make your calls and grow your business, you guys. You have to have a system that's duplicatable. You have to have something that can grow and what we call scale without you. Companies have to scale without one single person. Your system has to scale without just you. So you train your leaders, you get your people trading, and you build your system, and it works without you and it grows. And that's how you get to be somebody like Abdullah or Randy and Wanda Webb or Michael Angel Martin. You build a system and the system grows, right? So I just want you guys to understand the power of this, because it's helped so many people, but I know you guys need it broken down for you so you can follow it. So here's what I want you to do. If you've taken notes, right, then you'll have all this information. So your next steps, make sure that you have access to Web Analyzer. And I know most of you, there's about 500 people on this call. Most of you do. Most of you have the Web Analyzer, but make sure you have London Payout as well, because that's one of the best trade idea systems I've ever seen in the entire company that I've ever seen ever. You know, the guy I'm about to bring up is one of the best traders I've ever seen in my life. You guys, just so you know, when I was running my trading company, I had students, a couple of students that went and worked for hedge funds, right? We had students that took what we taught them and went and started working for hedge funds. I almost started my own hedge fund. I almost worked with a couple of hedge funds. Okay. Now, that being said, I want you to understand, I never ended up working with the hedge funds. My hedge fund that almost got started didn't end up getting started, not because the trading didn't work. We actually did an algorithm that did over 100%, or maybe it was 42%. I think it was 42% on Euro USD in 2017. And I just decided to keep it private. I decided I didn't want to go that route. So understand that if I've been through all this, if I've been through all these groups and seen thousands of people learn how to trade, if I've hired traders myself, I am telling you that the guy I'm going to bring up is one of the best traders I've ever seen in my life. He's probably the best trader I've ever seen, one of the best traders I've ever seen in the entire company, right? So just understand that you have this guy behind the system. He's calling out trades through the London payout system. You have him giving you his ideas, and then you, of course, choose what to do with them. But just understand, right? Your next step is to make sure you have London payout so that you can participate in step 1, which I explained to you previously. If you're just now entering this video, scroll back a little bit, go back a little bit. I explained to you previously how important step 1 is when people are not participating in step 2, right? Very, very important. You want everybody constantly involved in your system. You want to keep them locked into your system. You don't want them straying elsewhere, okay? So with that being said, you guys, now that you understand the power of what you have, just also understand this system, the Web Analyzer, has been compared to a big $500 million banking software. Now, I had a gentleman approach me in 2016 who came and he told me, hey, I used to work for one of these 3 companies. Now, I can't disclose the actual name for legal reasons, but one of these 3 companies, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Merrill Lynch, okay? He worked for one of these 3 companies, and one of those companies acquired another company, okay? That other company had a trading software that the bank bought, built out, changed it, and this guy flew all around the world, teaching this software, having to understand this software, educating people, getting them trading with the software, etc. And he came to me and he said, what you have, the Web Analyzer, is on par with what those banks have. It's just as good as what the banks have, but better for the layman. The layman being me and you, who are not the banks, who are not the governments, who are not the institutions, who are not Wall Street, right? It's just as good as the banking software, but better for the layman. So that being said, you guys, you have something comparable by this gentleman to a $500 million banking software that you can take. Now get this, you can take your phone with an internet connection to the beach, to the forest, to wherever you can get an internet connection, wherever your favorite place is. You can sit on the beach with your phone and trade and get these results and participate in these live trading calls and do whatever. You can literally have the potential to do all the trading and everything it offers from anywhere in the world with an internet connection from your smartphone or desktop. You just access the system in the web browser. You guys, that's powerful. All of these points are powerful. And I hope you understand the power of what you really have in your hands. So the next time you open it up, the next time you go to use it, the next time you go to tell somebody about it, understand the real power of what you've got. And with that being said, one of the greatest assets you guys have is, like I said, this gentleman that I'm going to bring up. This gentleman is too phenomenal. Like I told you, he's one of the best traders I've ever met. He's got a heart full of gold. He's absolutely an amazing leader, and he cares about each one of you. The one thing I can say about the Web Analyzer platform is every single one of our educators, we care about impact. We care about empowering your lives. I come from very humble means. I didn't grow up rich. I grew up very poor. My parents divorced when I was 4. I watched my single mother struggle through life, right? I tell a little joke that I hate Cheerios because that's all we ever ate sometimes, and I absolutely hate them, right? I know what it's like to get the lights shut off. I know what it's like to not have it like that, to not have it like the other kids. I know what it's like to go through all different points in life. And I know some of you on this call, you're doing okay, but you could be doing better. Some of you are desperate and you really need a change in life. Some of you are looking for an answer. And I'm telling you right now, this system if you can have enough faith to put in the work, not to everyone else, but to you, put in the work to yourself, put in the work to learn the system, put in the work to follow these rules, put in the work to follow what this gentleman's going to teach you, what Kathy Kirkland are going to teach you. Because by the way, you can hop on at any time to go live to that amazing platform. Even if you can't live trade, you can't, or even if you can't do the live trading with yourself, you can do the live trading with this gentleman and Kathy Kirkland and other Vibrata educators. Okay. You can do the live trading until you're comfortable, until they've called out enough trades to you and they've taught you enough that you can do it on your own. If you're on this call and you don't know how to do what I'm talking about, and you can't find somebody in your team that knows how, and those videos on YouTube aren't working, follow this gentleman, follow Kathy Kirkland, get on their go live sessions. I have never seen two people that are able to get on into a room, a live room with real people sitting in front of them, hundreds of real people sitting in front of them. And within 15 minutes, either one of these people can call out a trade. Okay. I've seen them do it. Either one of these people can call out a trade and watch people roar because they won. It is phenomenal. Okay. So just so you know, in step 2, you can use Go Live if you need to. Follow this gentleman that I'm going to bring up. Okay. Follow this guy, follow Kathy. These people are phenomenal. Kevin Serrano is one of the best traders I've ever met. I'm going to keep saying that because it's so true. Okay, you guys, I'm honored to work with him. I'm honored to be partnered up with him. And I'm really excited for what he's about to teach you because it's going to be really amazing. So again, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for taking the notes, but make sure you take notes with him. And Kevin, are you on the call?
Yeah, you hear me?
Awesome. We can hear you, bro.
So is it possible I can share my camera?
Go for it. Let me make you the host.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes, make him the host, please. And then Kevin, when you finish, please make me the host back. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, guys, take it away, Kev.
What's up, everybody? Thank you, Hooli, for having me on here and definitely edifying me. And then Abdullah, again, thank you for putting this whole call together. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Kevin Serrano. I'm actually 27 years old. I'm actually from New York. I just moved out to Houston, actually. Loving the move, very well, much needed. As far as a little bit about me, I'm 27. I grew up in New York, born in Brooklyn. Didn't have the greatest upbringing for the most part. My parents obviously provide as much as they can for me, but I took a different route. As far as the schooling, I wasn't the brightest person in the group. I wasn't hanging out with the most brightest people. Barely passing by the skin of my teeth, just barely. And I was just in that moment at that time. Wasn't thinking about the future. Wasn't thinking about my next step. Wasn't thinking about any of that. Unfortunately, got mixed in with a couple of bad seeds and led me to being associated with certain individuals that led me to doing mischievous acts that led me to going to jail. And that marking point in that time during that time was huge for me because it allowed me to reevaluate my life. Right, I had 3 siblings. I have a little brother and 2 little sisters. My little brother right now, he actually just turned 18, and my little sister birthday was, I think, last week, and she just turned 17. And it was a big market point because I know that they look up to me, and I know at that point in time, reevaluating the life that I was leading, the path that I was going down, wasn't a right one. Right, it wasn't righteous. It wasn't the one that it was very destructive. Let's say, right, very destructive, and I had to reevaluate myself. Right. So, by the blessings of everything, I was able to, get released and, find jobs. I worked at a dollar store. I worked at Kids Gap, right? Went from Kids Gap to the dollar store. And at the dollar store, I was making $7.77 an hour. And I hated working at those facilities, those companies where I was because I was being judged by that. I was being my worth was $7.77. And I hated it. Getting clocked in, being told when to eat, when I was able to take a vacation, anything like that. And I wasn't making much, especially living in New York where, $7.77. Yes, I was grateful to be able to have a position, have a job, but it wasn't something that I wanted, right? I was my life was being determined by that schedule, right? By my manager, by my boss. My worth was being determined by my manager, by my boss. And I know deep down, after going through what I went through, I need to reevaluate. I know I had potential. I know that I was going down the wrong path. I was able to assess that, and having my little brother and sisters in my family, like far as my father blatantly said he was ashamed to call me his son, and watching my mother cry. I think anyone on this call would, will seeing their mother cry, it'll affect them. right? Especially if it was something that you had done, right? It would affect them 1000%, right? And it definitely affected me and it had me reassess who I was and in the path that I was going down. So while I was working at the dollar store, I was formally introduced to Forex. I was like, whoa, like, I was like, whoa, this is something I can do, especially, I can be my own boss, learn this skill set, right? Let alone that learning that skill set, show my little brother and sisters that you can change your life a whole 180. Don't go down the same path that you went down, the first year or two, whatever the case may be, but you can always switch and evolve and grow. Right. And I remember I told my little brother this at one point, and I remember this like it was essentially yesterday, but I know like growth is painful and change is painful. Right. But nothing's more painful than being stuck in the same position, the same environment where you essentially do not belong. Right. And that hit me. Right. And I know I told him too, because I saw him walking the same path that I was, but I told him, if you don't belong there, you feel uncomfortable in that environment. If you don't belong in it, you can change. Of course, it's going to be painful. Of course, it's going to be hard, but it's necessary. Right. So when I was introduced to Forex, I was like, this is going to be my change. This is going to be my growth. This is going to be what's going to get me out of my environment, get me out of this destructive path that I was getting down, get me out of being the worth upon my head of $7.77. It would get me out of that. Right. So for those of you who know Spila, right, she's been one of my greatest friends. She's actually the one who introduced me to Forex, right? Introduced me to Forex, put me under her wing. She taught me what she knew. She was doing live calls at the time with the team and trade nights and whatever the case may be. And I was making sure I was attentive to every single one of those, right? I was present for every single one of those calls. Sometimes I would work 12-hour shifts and then hide out in the stock room, watch those calls, right? Get caught watching those calls, and it'll be a consistent process of being caught, getting caught, getting caught, getting caught. But I knew this is what I wanted, right? Instead of trading my time for that check, right? I knew that, okay, cool. I can trade my money for time, right? I can trade my money for time and enjoy some time freedom, right? Be my own boss, right? Enjoy that statement, financial freedom in a sort of sense, right? Work my way towards that, get out of this destructive path that I was going down. And when I was introduced, that I was on every call, I'm talking about every night, getting caught. That was actually the reason why I got fired, right? I got fired from the dollar store because I was consistently immersed in just learning, trying to figure the skill out. And I remember like it was yesterday. I say this all the time, and some of you may have heard me say this, but when I was getting let go, my manager approached me and said, we pay you well here. We pay you $7.77 an hour. You're not going to get better than this, right? Right. And for me, it was kind of like you just solidified the reason why I should go, why I should continue watching these videos, why I should continue putting this consistency to learn how to trade, to learn the skill, right? So I put the time and effort into actually learning countless nights of just staying up late, watching videos, watching Spila do her job, do her work, whatever the case may be, and reaching out to individuals and just putting the time necessary to learn how to get this done, because I know it can support myself, the lifestyle, my family, and just get me to where I want to be. Right. By the blessings of everything, I was able to work and bust my butt to the point where I was able to pay off my mom's house. Right. And the one that was the one individual that I saw cry, the individual that I put pain upon, the individual that was right by my side every single time, I was able to pay off her house. And that was a huge marking point for me, because it allowed me to be like, this is what I worked for, right? This is what I worked for, right? And now that was my why. Now my why now going forward, every single time going forward, was to create a system that will allow individuals to come in and find that change, right? Encourage that change within them. Encourage that change that they can be like, this is not where I belong. I feel uncomfortable here. I know pain. I know growth is painful. I know change is painful. But if he can do it, I can do it, right? The circumstances he put himself through, right? I wasn't in circumstances that I was put upon me. I put myself through the circumstances, but I changed. And those individuals who may be on this call right now, who may be watching, who may watch this later on, they may be going through certain circumstances that they want to get out of. So my goal was to put that why and finding a system, put together a system to allow an individual, those individuals who need to get out of that bad environment, to find that change, right? To find that change. And this is where, London Payout came about. ECC 11 came about, right? Shout out to Dr. Kathy. She had said something one day and it hit me. Imagine this being the Forex market. Imagine this being the foreign exchange market, right? Imagine this being the foreign exchange market. How many of you on here right now know how much we need to be set free? This much. Matter of fact, hold on. This much. To be financially free, to be set, to allow us to live, not survive, but to live, right? So that system I set in place was that EC11 London payout. So shout out to Hooli for putting together such a culture, right? Or Webinars or Vibrato putting together such a culture that allows individuals to come in and learn while they essentially earn. Now the purpose that I have found, the purpose that I essentially had set upon myself to help those individuals change their essential environment, change their essential cause, their path, the destructive path they may be going down, help them change that path, right? Help them change that way. So that culture, I was like, this is where I want to be. This is what's going to allow me to reach out to those around the world, reach out to those individuals who may not know what to do next, may not know what steps to essentially take. Let me tell you guys, I brought a London payout, ECC 11. It allows you to take those steps necessary, learning through us, individuals that took those stumbles, those falls, but jumped off that cliff to make sure that, you know, our parachute is, we're going to create that parachute, build that parachute, and we're going to find that way. We're going to find a way off that destructive path. We didn't know we were going to get where we're going to go. We didn't know how it was going to go, where we were going to land. But guess what? We were going to make sure we did everything necessary to get to where we needed to be. Everything necessary to get to where we needed to be. Okay. Now, when we created London Payout, I was spending countless amounts of nights just trying to figure out a system to like, all right, I hated trading 15 hours a day. I hated looking at 16 hours a day. I hated staying up overnight and then having 3 hours of freedom and with my family, missing family events, missing dates, you know, losing friends, personal time. It was stressful. It was unhealthy. It was unhealthy. So put together a system, which I'll show you guys a brief aspect of that essential system on the screen, right? And then how it was pushed to help individuals earn while they essentially learn, right, was massive, right? It was essentially massive. So I was trying to find, okay, timing is important with trading. Timing is important with trading. I know the market overlaps here, it moves here, and there's volatility pumped in here, and the market moves here. It's like, okay, cool, I can trade at this specific amount of time and don't have to worry about the other 8 hours, because I'm like, okay, cool. If I can come here and do what I have to do in here, and then the other 8 hours, I can hang out with my little brother, hang out with my little sisters, right? Take them out. Like, hey, guys, I may work from home, but let's go, you know, when you get home from school, let's go out to eat. Right? Let's go get something. You need something? You need shoes? Let's go get some shoes. All right. Jordan, what do you need? My little brother, Jordan, what do you need? Oh, when we go pick you up from school, I'm gonna get you from school. Allow me to immerse into that freedom that we all essentially strive for. I know many of you are chairman on here, and many of you may not be. And many of you are striving for that market point, that goal, that vision, right? Who want to spend more time with their families, who want to spend more time with their siblings, girlfriends, wives, kids, whatever the case may be, right? Let the system allow you to take steps towards that freedom. Let that system allow you to take steps towards that goal, that time, that personal time you're gonna have with your kid, right? The person time you're gonna have with your wife, go on a date, whatever the case may be, right? So what I'm gonna do right now is, guys, I'm actually gonna share my screen, right? I'm actually gonna show you guys my screen and show you guys that system that allowed individuals to come in and not be blinded by outside noise, not be blinded by the hoopla that goes around in the world or in the company or anything like that. Focus on their own path. I always say this: your path that you're on is your own, and you create it, right? That person that's created, this person that's created, you create it, right? You create that path, right? There's no one right now that's going to sit here and outwork me in my own path besides me. I look in the mirror, that's my competition, but I make sure that my back is against the wall every single day to make sure that my yesterday is not the same as today, or my last year is not the same as this year, right? 2021 is going to be different than 2020, and 2020 is not going to be a replica of 2019. Right. So the system that Hooli and I were able to put together, and shout outs to him. Thank you again for this culture, because I believe culture is huge. People attract themselves to culture because they never will be alone during their walk, during their path, during their journey. Okay. So as I share my screen here, okay, before I get into any of this, you see this right here, guys? This system allows you to simply look at what we essentially offer you guys and teach you guys. All right. This is an automated system that allows you, under the Analyzer umbrella, the Vibrato umbrella, allows you to come in here and actually follow the system that you essentially attract yourselves towards, right? And let me show you real quick. This is the automated system. When Dr. Kathy and I come in and we look at specific charts, alerts, whatever the case may be, and we like, you know what? I want the family to know this. I want the individuals learners. I want individuals that are trying to earn while they learn to know what we're looking at. Cool. Boom. You have a system that's essentially set in place that allows you to come in and click on the link that as soon as it pops in, click on it. Boom. Send you straight to the page. Boom. Oh, man, this is an awesome page. What is this, guys? the Vibrata Web Analyzer. And what do we got? Boom, no analysis needed. You guys want to learn, right? Cool. How about you earn while we teach you how to while you guys learn. So check this out. London payout. Oh man. If I click on it, straight to the main page of what's formerly known as Web Analyzer. Boom. LP. Dr. K, shout outs to her, a wonderful soul that's continuously just is a servant to everyone in this company, right? Whether on Go Live, whether to London Payout, to everyone. She's a servant to everyone. Shout outs to her and what she does for the community, for her own path. She's just a servant, right? And I've learned so much from her and through her, whether it being trading or just self, right? Learned so much through her. So check this out, Dr. K on fire. Right, on fire, comes in and like, hey, listen, guys, I'm looking at US30. Hey, listen, guys, I'm looking at GA. Hey, listen, guys, I'm looking at USD CAD. Hey, listen, guys, I'm looking at USD JPY. Let me show you guys what my idea, my perspective, what I'm looking at, right? And if it lines up with what your comfortability is, then hey, listen, you guys are more than welcome to follow me along my journey with this idea, right? Follow me along my journey with this idea. It allows you to come in and actually see this system and sees that, hey, listen, you want to learn. But let me show you some blue. Let me show you some to the bright side of all this. Let me help you along your journey. And what happens? Boom. Every day, y'all. Every day, right? And we have what to allow you to come in and actually get to us specifically. I just dropped a video. We have a huge announcement dropping tomorrow. And that's for the entire culture of Web Analyzer, Vibrata, and LP. We're continuously trying to give you guys the value that we can give as much as we can, as much as we can provide, right? Now, alongside this, Dr. K is on Go Live, one of the top educator, right, on Go Live. And then what happened, right? Then what happens? If she's not on, guess who might be on? Your boy, right? To give to you guys as much as possible. I believe my legacy is gonna grow and live on through everyone that I assist, everyone that I give myself to. Everything I learned, I give it to you guys, right? So a brief breakdown of what essentially I'm gonna give you, or essentially I can give you for those of you who are on here. I know many of you wanted a breakdown on training. I can give you a brief of that right now. What the system and this culture essentially gives you, and what you can essentially look for when you hop onto our into our culture, is the value we're providing. Not only these ideas that London Payout provides to you guys, and we've been killing it, right? Killing it. We've held over a 90% track record on in what we've been doing, right, for this entire year alone. I think last year as well, right? But we doing this because we want you guys to find some success in what essentially Forex can do for you, right? Find some success that Forex can do for you. Now, what I'm gonna do is, guys, I hope you guys have your pen and pads ready real quick, because I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of, I'm gonna drop a nugget for you guys real quick, right? I'm gonna drop a nugget for you guys, let alone this culture that there's so many different strategies and different aspects of Vibrata, Web Analyzer, right? And also the ideas that allow you to come in and actually, you know what? They may not be individuals that know what to do, right? Or how to take a trade, or what to trade, or how to trade, or anything like that. Let us do that. Let us do that, right? What does it say here as soon as you come in, right? As soon as you come in, what does it say here? What's gonna be attractive for those individuals? Oh man. It means I can come into LP and just be like, all right, Dr. K, what we got today? Hey, Kev Serrano, what we got today? Right? All right, cool. Let me take this Kev Serrano trade and hop on Dr. K's live. But before we get into that, right? Before we get into that, let them know, hey, listen, you're never gonna be alone. Right? When I came into this, I was afraid to be alone. Right? Especially being in the environment that I was afraid to be alone. Right? I was like, I don't want to take this journey by myself. And I'll openly admit it. I didn't want to take this journey by myself. I didn't. Right? So I found the culture that allowed me to work with other individuals that's walking the same path as I am, right? Maybe different walk of life from around the world, but they're going through the same vision, the same journey, their same goal: freedom, change, right? Change, right? And before I go into my trading view and actually give you guys a nice little nugget from LP, right? A nice little nugget from London Payout, a nice little nugget from Fund Vibrata, okay? I want to give you guys something real quick, okay? What I'm gonna provide for you guys here is gonna be a nugget that will allow you guys to come in and validate some ideas. Okay, validate some ideas. Okay. So first and foremost, what I want to put into my screen is essentially going to be our setup. Okay, essentially going to be our setup, right? And there's going to be a second call where Dr. K comes on and fires up a training with ECC 11, right? But I'm going to give you guys a nugget real quick, right? This nugget is going to allow you guys to validate ideas that essentially dropped in that culture of London payout. Okay, and that nugget is going to be essentially this. Okay, without grab your pens and pads ready. So what's essentially going to be is this. Boom. What we have here is a setup of what? WMA of 144 and EMA. So I'm going to put that on the screen. Okay. So what we essentially have is a weighted and then exponential. And then when we come in, we're going to alter those settings, type in 144, and then type in exponential 7. Okay. Boom. Right. Change the colors, right? Change the colors. I like doing my yellow and blue. I like doing my yellow and blue. Right. Here's my yellow. And there goes my blue. Right. Now here, check this out, guys. Right. How you validate these ideas. How you validate what? Hey, Kev, what do you see? Let me give you a tip real quick. Right. Let me give you a tip real quick. What do you essentially see? Hold on, give me a second. All right. I come over here. Here's our step-by-step process. Right. Here's the step-by-step process. Here's number 1. Okay, boom, step by step, right? Oh, Kev, what do you see? You see a Euro USD. You see a Euro USD idea for the bullish move, or you see a Euro USD bearish idea, right? You see a bearish idea. Oh, hold on. Let me come in and check real quick. Let me come validate. Let me come validate the sauce real quick. Let me come validate. You know what you're breaking down real quick, right? Right. What happens? The first step is number 1, right? And write this down, y'all, right? Write this down, all right? I'm trying to drop this nugget for you guys, okay? So what happens? You guys want to earn while you learn? We're in the learning aspect now, right? Hey, Kev, what do you see? A bearish move on on EU? Oh, hold on. Let me validate this real quick. Boom, yellow has to cross the blue. Boom, market has to have a pullback. Boom, check. Validate zone and wait for the rejection. Okay, cool. Boom, validate. Right to next zone. Right? Check mark. Market breaks. Yellow breaks the blue. Right? Check mark. We're going to mark this off as a what? We're going to mark this off as, hold on. We're going to mark that off as good. Right? Hold on. We're going to mark that off as it being good. Okay? Oh, I can't find the text box here. Right? So that's good. Right? Number 2, market pullback. Does market pull back? Boom. Yes, it does. Right? All right. Now that's number 2. That's check number 2. Boom. Validate zone and wait for a rejection. What happens? Let's validate that area. We're going to grab a horizontal line, put it exactly to where our area of blue is. Boom. Now we're going to do is we're going to look to the left. Right? Look to the left. Oh, man. Is that a supply demand? So is that a support or resistance zone? Historically, because market is a pattern, right? So what happens? Boom. Look to the left. Right? I'm going to uncheck this. Look to the left. I see support. I see support. I see resistance. Oh, off the hip, I'm already seeing that there's a historical zone. The zone's validated. Right? There's a PRZ area here, price reversal zone. Scroll to the left a little further. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, right off the hip, we see that, right? That was what? That's check number 1, right? That's check number 3. I'm sorry. Number 1's been checked off, crossing. Number 2's been checked off, the pullback. Number 3's been checked off. Wait for or validate that zone. Market couldn't break back above. Check mark. Right to the next zone, right? Now, what the idea is we provide, hey, listen, there's a suggested area where we're looking to potentially have this market go to. There's a suggested area a little further down that we have the market potentially coming to. You got these ideas allow you to come in and be like, okay, cool. I like this where that Kev has this position at. I like where Kev had this next position at. Boom. I just validated the entire idea, right? Because we're helping you guys earn, but learn through the same process. So then what happens? Boom, bada boom. You guys just enter the culture of earning while you're learning through the London payout on the vibrata, right? Under the web analyzer, right? A simple 4-step system, right? That allows you to validate what we essentially, our perspective, because trading is about perspective, right? So it allows you to come in and validate our perspective so you can adopt our perspective and validate it for yourself, right? And I have this saying, I said, you're confidently getting into a trade based on confirmations because the confirmations give you confidence to get into that trade, right? And the idea is to help you build confidence based on what we're teaching you on the confirmation aspect, right? We allow you guys to come in and understand what we are seeing, okay? right? Allows you to come and understand what we are essentially seeing. Okay. It gives you the perspective that, okay, cool, I can do what Kev's doing, right? I can do what Kathy's doing, right? But let us help you earn along the way. Let us help you show you, let us show you our perspective. Let us show you how to walk in our shoes. Let us show you that you don't have to take the stumbles that I went through, right? And I'll say it blatantly, and I said it before, like when I started trading, and I was working at a dollar store, I nearly blew almost 17 grand worth of losses, right? It may not be a lot to many of you, but guess what? Working at a dollar store, making $7.77 an hour, that was a lot, right? And I was helping my mom pay rent. I was helping, phone bill, whatever the case may be, right? Now I got into the business of I don't pay for my phone bill anymore. I let my phone pay for its own bill, right? And guess where I learned that at? Guess where I learned that? Putting that system in place under Vibrata through London Payout. So many of your customers and many of your individuals who are looking for that outlet, looking for that culture, looking for the trade culture that they want to immerse themselves into, guess what? We provide that. And many individuals may be lost. Let them be found within our culture, right? Let them find their way within our culture. And the excitement that they'll get knowing that wow, this is where I need to be, is going to be overwhelming to individuals who brought them there, right? Who brought them there. Okay. So before I close this out, I want to tell you guys, thank you for jumping on this. And I would love to connect with many of you and help you guys walk this journey alongside one another together, right? With Dr. K and I, and bring you guys where you guys need to be. I know the goal that I want, and that's to give back to as many individuals I can and help them earn while they learn through our Vibrata system, and knowing that they're not alone. And there's so many people in this world going through so much troublesome in this time currently right now. They need to be found. They need that outlet. They need that. They're searching. They're searching for something. Let it be this culture. Let it be the system, right? Let it be the system. The retention you essentially hold is going to be amazing and overwhelming. So Abdullah, thank you for bringing me on here. Thank you for allowing me to talk to so many individuals on here. Holy, thanks for edifying me and spitting your story out there. And it's been amazing. And for those of you on here, let's get to work. Let's go find those who need to be found, and let's help those who have been found, help them change their environment. And Abdullah, I'll make you a host right now.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kevin, for this sharing all the information, the golden nuggets. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, before any of them will go, Stephen Hooli or them, please make sure, let me open the chat. Please put 111 in the chat to say a thank you to them, because they really took out the time. And literally, I can tell you one thing: if you are in the business, if you are really, ask yourself, if you are really want to learn forex, you have to follow these educators. If they have massive years of experience in this industry, please do not ignore that. If you are saying I am new, I still don't know what to do, the simple solution is go back to the IM Academy, go back to the Go Live. They all are sitting there every day waiting for you. You just need to go there. You already enrolled to the business. Yeah, so please do not find any shortcuts. I have seen a lot of time people come to me, can you show me what are the 4 confirmations of ECC 11R? I always say, do you know what the candlestick is? Do you know what the pip is? If you don't know anything, the simple thing is you just need to go back to the basics. When you master yourself with the basics, that's how the magic will begin. Then you will gain the confidence. Then you can learn a lot, really. So please go through the education. We have the best of the best platform. We have amazing services. Commit yourself for the next 90 days minimum towards the education. Ladies and gentlemen, you are learning something, a skill set for the whole life, and they are here. Stephen Hooli is committed there for you guys. Dr. Kathy Kirkland is committed. Kevin Serrano is committed here. Phenomenal results Kevin has on the London payout session. Let's take advantage of that. These guys have made things very easy for us. Okay, so we just need to take advantage. Today, actually, we had a plan. Dr. Kathy Kirkland was coming on the call, but just the last minute change came. But soon, in next few days, we are going to organize another session with her, and she will be coming live, and she will be giving us a training as well, a proper training where you can literally ask her so many questions as well if you have any. But today, unfortunately, she could not make it. It was just a last minute cancellation. She had something to do. But ladies and gents, once again, do me a huge favor, put 111 to say thank you to our phenomenal leaders, our phenomenal traders, the people we are following. Thank you to all of you by putting 111. I would like to say once again thank you to Stephen Hooli and Kevin to come on this call. Thank you for your time. And literally, please show us the light all the time like that, because we need your support. We need to be here. We need to learn. We all are always a student of this industry, so we are ready to learn from you guys. Keep shining, keep helping us, supporting us, and definitely we are promising all the people in this call, all the customers who are really, really willing to learn, they are going to jump on this session, and let's all take advantage. ECC 11 London payout, ladies and gentlemen, do not ignore it. Focus, take your time. Literally, you need to commit to it. And I look forward to see you soon on the next session with Dr. Kathy Kirkland. And thank you very much, everybody, plugging into this call, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
You and me, this is our life and we own it. Like lions in the wild. Like lions in the wild. Like lions.